So what's up, wonderful people? I do hope that you do well and you're all happy to be with us on this particular segment on POMZ Hub. We get to connect on POMZ Live and get to talk about different things going on. And I do hope that you are happy to be with us on this particular one as we get into matters talent right here on this particular episode for today. And our focus for today goes to one particular talent, modeling talent. And there are so many people that might ask why we have decided to actually give a spotlight on a modeling talent. Rather, it is because that so many people have this particular talent, and the problem is that there are not enough platforms. According to me, I do believe that there are not enough platforms to actually push through this particular talent of modeling, and that is why you do find people going to different platforms. For example, on an Instagram, for example, on Facebook, and other social media, to go on and promote their platforms are on there. You know, there are platforms such as TikTok as well, where we have seen people actually coming up and being sort of celebrities on these particular platforms. But nonetheless, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for taking in with this particular live. We do hope that you can share it with your friends. You can also drop a comment on there. And you can also maybe perhaps subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, please feel free to also feel free to connect us also on Twitter. Africa, Facebook as well. My name is Pikes. In case you're joining us for the very first time on this particular live, and we get to connect on here with the goal of actually advancing or promoting our us to ask ourselves. We do have a very, very important questions for us to ask ourselves. And this has to do with the role or the role that modeling can play in terms of uplifting the community. You know, the role that modeling can play uplifting the community. There are so many things that modeling can play in terms, for example, in terms of bringing awareness. You know, in terms of bringing awareness. And when you talk about awareness, we do have so many things that really maybe perhaps might need awareness. For example, the whole issue of environmental awareness. There are things like that. And when you talk about environmental awareness, you might talk about maybe things like the climate change. Right now, there's a whole issue of climate change. And if you look at, for example, the receding sea line, you realize that there is a whole lot of problem when it comes to environmental concerns. And we might look at how talent can actually be used in terms of uplifting our community. And I would say awareness is one key role. Awareness is actually one key role that actually a talent can play. You can bring awareness to a particular issue, like I did say, environmental awareness. You might actually also focus on social change and advocacy. If you do have a platform or if you do have a talent, you can actually just simply use it as a platform to bring in social change and also bring about advocacy, which is also another important role when it comes towards platforms. Talent platforms can actually be used to do. When you look at things like music as well, you do realize that music can also be used as a platform to actually show, bring in social change. For example, things like gender-based violence. There are so many songs that have been made, and these are songs that have been made to also bring or shine spotlight on this whole issue of gender-based violence, or it might be violence towards women or violence towards men as well, or rather just gender-based violence in totality. You might not say it's just a violence against men. You can actually have it seen as violence also against women. And this is why we do say that our platform can be used for many reasons. It can be a music platform, which can be used for so many reasons. It can also be used, can be a music platform, a modeling platform. It can also be used, it can also be a platform in any other different areas of gifting. For example, in sports as well. If you're a very, very good sports player, maybe you're talking about basketball, maybe you're talking about tennis, maybe you're talking about football. All these particular talents can actually be used to create a platform which brings awareness to particular issues or which brings awareness to particular matters that are affecting society. Even things like drug abuse, that can actually be a platform that can be used to actually raise concerns or raise awareness regarding issues such as drug abuse, where you do find so many young people are being caught up in drug abuse, But then again, you also have to ask yourself, why are people, maybe for example, the youth, being involved in things like drug abuse? You might look at situations like joblessness, joblessness and desperation. You do find people now turning into other things like drug abuse. But then again, the question for today is how can these particular talent, for example, for modeling, be used in uplifting the community? One of the things I have said is creating a social change and advocacy because this can be used as a platform. Apart from that, modeling can actually be used for mentorship and guidance, especially when it comes to matters relating to women. I would say there is a need for mentorship, and this mentorship can actually be provided on forums or on platforms such as modeling. And therefore, if we did have, for example, a mentorship on things like women entrepreneurship, this can actually also be offered through platforms such as that, such as this, which is modeling. Apart from that, you can also look into the issue of creating inspiration and motivation for people. Every other time, people look into art as a field for drawing inspiration and motivation. And therefore, when people are talented in different areas, for example, talented in modeling, you can actually just use that particular platform for inspiration and motivation. Apart from that, this platform can be used for building confidence and esteem, building confidence and esteem, especially for people who are fashion enthusiasts and modeling enthusiasts. There is that platform to create and build confidence and self-esteem. Apart from that, we also do have creating economic opportunities. Creating economic opportunities. For example, fashion designers will create opportunities for fashion models, and they can actually work hand in hand to bring about some economic opportunities in terms of money that can actually be accrued from maybe perhaps designs. For example, money for designs. You can talk about these designs bringing in maybe perhaps some money. So when you look at all, all these opportunities, is that these opportunities can actually be used. These opportunities can actually be used to create opportunities. Hello? Mambo unaje?
Niko poa sana.
The life is a bit late. I hope that your Friday inakupeleka vipi?
Yeah, all is good.
Friday inakupelekaje?
Friday inanipeleka tu poa. Not bad at all.
Ndio.
Yeah. It's
Not
a
bad.
fresh Friday. It's a weekend already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And apart from the weekend, watu wamelipa weekend watu ni kama washalipwa. Today is on the 7th, so it has been a week where people have been paid. So kama ni jam, utapata a whole lot of traffic jam because people have the money in their pockets. Watu ambao washalipwa. Anyhow, today we are having a small discussion. Hata watu wapige sherehe. Hata watu wapige sherehe. So today we are having a small discussion about talent, and we are talking about talent.
Okay.
As other things, but for today we wanted to briefly talk about modeling talent and how this modeling talent can be used for the benefit of the community. How this particular talent can be used for the benefit of the community. Maybe before we get into that, maybe as the opportunity could introduce. Me introduce. My name is Pikes, and I do a whole lot of things. But for Ella, so we can get to know a little bit more about you. Ella's introduced you.
Yeah. Okay. I'm Ella. I'm Queen Ella 254. So that's my stage name, and hereby today doing this live with you, at least to get some good session about the modeling talents, out there, at least to encourage the young girls who are willing to do something or to put something out there so that other people could see what they have, to encourage them.
That is interesting because tulikuwa tunajiuliza, the question is how can these people use their modeling platform or their talent rather to improve the community. And I was just saying that one of the things that watu wanaweza fanya kutumia platform ya modeling is to create advocacy or bring social change. Kuna issues mob zinazo affect watu kwa society. For example, creating an awareness on gender-based violence. Unajua kuna events unaenda, unapata the theme for the event is raising awareness on gender-based violence. Kulingana na wewe experience yako, how can a modeling platform or modeling talent be used to raise awareness on issues?
Especially, they can, just the way you have said, they can be, usually they normally do their thing, to, let me just say, kubadilisha society, on the perspective of the way they think, the way they, changing the society. Like, for example, let's say, instead of like ladies out there, not most of them they have privilege to go to school, because maybe the parents, they are like of this cultural people, so they're like, girls should not go to school, it's only boys because boys are working, girls they are going to get married, they're going to get kids, and they're not going to give back to the community where they're coming from the mother's side and the father's side. They're going to give back to their husband. So they find that a lot of girls there, it is just useless, educating them. So sometimes I think these girls, when they come out there, they do their talent, they showcase what they have. It makes them to tell them, at least, girls, you need to wake up. Mothers, you need to wake up. Join hands with your daughters. Make them know that education is something which is legit. So I think in education parts, they can promote it very well. They create the awareness good.
I think, yes, I agree with you. Awareness, creating awareness on a girl child education is also a thing that can be done through using these particular platforms. For example, like I say, there are different communities, there are different societies, and they do have stereotypes. Kuna vile wanawaza kuhusu masomo ya msichana, and therefore unapata wengine wanafikiria, it's a waste of money, or maybe at the end of the day, the returns will not be anything in return. It's just a way of just wasting our time. But I would say, yes, a platform such as a model can just use to raise awareness regarding, the empowerment of women, and also things like education, because education is empowerment. If you educate someone, unampea empowerment, you are able to change their lives through just educating them. And this goes for different communities, especially in the African context. Did you find some communities maybe ambao wako mbali sana not in the urban areas, but wengine wako nje mbali sana. Example, you might go to different places which
Yeah.
are remote and mbali. Napata pale it's a bit difficult. But yes, I think raising awareness on issues to do with empowerment and also things to do with girls child education ni kitu ambayo inaweza fanyika through perhaps these platforms such as modeling. And apart from that, kuna ile kazi ya social work, charity work, I would say. We have seen many different groups, groups for ladies who come together in support of fashion and talent, wakifanya kazi ya charity. Personally, sijui kama wewe mwenyewe umeenda any charity last year or this year. Are you planning to be going to any charity event?
I did. That was okay. That was not that far last year, but one, and we just did like providing the pads. Pads. It has been a very big strategy for girls out there. They can't afford it, and it is too expensive. I remember even government, the gender of the ladies' gender, they had to say that pads should at least be at low price, or else they should give out for free. It was making them not to go to work. Number one, not to go to school. Number one, they don't have that self-confidence because they just think that maybe, oops, Yeah.
I understand. There's this lady, she's a senator. Her name is Gloria Olowoba. And she has put up some billboards around Nairobi. It was like a drive, a campaign to actually just bring people to support her, to bring to find or to raise money to buy those menstrual hygiene packages for women. And I think it has been going on well because that was last year. And then this particular year, I've also seen the same billboard. The billboard is also there. The people is also there. So I'm thinking that it is actually a good thing that she has also put that out. But when it comes to modeling, I would actually say it's a good platform to bring charity campaigns or to bring charity events so that people can contribute or can support with whatsoever they have. That is with whatsoever they have. But apart from that, I have seen also another important element. Encourage creating economic opportunities. For example, some of these particular models have worked with designers and they have made really nice concepts or ideas for fashion. And then they can actually sell these. They can sell these. Maybe it might be dresses. It might be hats. It might be necklaces. It might be wristbands. So all these particular things, I think there is also that opportunities for people to engage using their platform. Apart from that, I think another thing that modeling can also be used for is strengthening cultural identities. For example, you will find people coming from a different communities and they wear their own pattern. For example, in the
Masai.
Tell us how can modeling to push cultural identity?
Oh, that one is just a perfect point. Yeah, I can say that some of us, even here, we're in Kenya, but some of us even they don't know the community attires, how they dress up, So I guess most of the people they are just they know only the Maasai, maybe Maasai, the Kikuyu, and maybe if I go to what do you call this tribe, the Mijikendas.
Mijikenda.
Yeah, they're the ones which are well known, and maybe they lure part because through music. That's the time they know how they wear the attire. So sometimes you get like if a lot of communities sometimes they meet up together. They are everybody's wearing different attire. For example, like we have a labor. I don't know. It's a holiday. I don't know which holiday is that. Whereby every community they have to come up with. It's Labor Day.
Utamaduni Day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Whereby they come. It's so colorful. It's so colorful. So when you see the models when they are showcasing there and they're wearing those different items, at least, and they have the tag. Maybe I'm coming from this is Luo, this is Embo, this is what. It makes somebody. It creates awareness for people. At least they know there are some certain numbers of communities which are available here in Kenya, and even it helps the other people, maybe other people from other country. They are aware. They see how beautiful Kenya it is. So for that one, and above all, it is
Mm.
connecting us with our ancestors.
Yeah, I agree with
Don't
you.
forget
The
them.
utamaduni inakuanga tarehe kumi Oktoba. Tarehe kumi
October,
Oktoba ndio
yeah.
utamaduni.
Mhm.
Tarehe kumi actually ilikuwa Moi Day, alafu I think
Yeah,
ikabadilika ikakuwa Mazingira Day,
ibadilishwa.
then I think Mazingira
Mm.
tena imebadilishwa ikakuwa Utamaduni Day. So every other
Utamaduni
year sijui
day.
mbona wanashinanga wakibadilisha, but Utamaduni Day ni tarehe kumi, the 10th of October, and
Yeah.
that is when people can
Mhm.
just show their cultural identity. They can wear their own fashion styles za their own tamaduni zao, and then they can just showcase and show that Kenya is a place where there is a cohesion of many different groups, as you know, working in the same sex
Yeah,
in our country.
yeah.
But anyhow, we are winding up this segment. But even as we wind up, there's so many things that talent platforms can do. For example, even encouraging education, encouraging um, giving back to the community, and also bringing awareness on so many issues. But I think also on self confidence, building confidence and self. For example, if you engage in a model,
Yeah.
you'll find some people their esteem is not so good, but once they have gone training, or once they have undergone the mentorship and guidance, I think their esteem might also come back at
They
the
can
end of
face
the
the
day. They
society
have
good, yeah.
yes, and therefore I think that is also for the society. So we are
The
winding
self
up, maybe
confidence
unless
it matters. Yeah.
something tukimalizia, what would you like to say as we wind up?
For me, I guess we are
Yeah.
having a upcoming event. That one is for
Yes, the Fashion Radar event. Yeah, it's coming up.
yeah, and there are many. There are many this year.
Yeah, there are many.
I know we are going to try.
Uh,
We'll see how it's going to take us. But for me, I will love
mm,
to promote this session actually. I really need to promote it in my own way. Like for me,
that,
I'm in love with beauty, I'm in love with fashion, I'm in love with myself, number one thing.
mm,
So I'm happy to be here.
that is
Yeah.
lazima self love ni lazima number one. Self love
Number
ni
one.
kitu ya kwanza. Ni kitu ya
Yeah.
kwanza. So I would actually also just support the same what you just did. We are going to have some events this year, just based on talent, either music talent, fashion talent,
Yeah.
and other different kinds of talents. Because watu wamebarikiwa na talents aina mingi, even doing poetry and spoken word, all these things, they are things that people can just
Mm.
follow
Mm.
the right connections. I think at the end of the day, watu wanaweza pata we shall continue in platforms
Okay.
such as this, which is the Pomzi Hub.
Mm.
Talents and talents to just give a platform which is Blue Tiger is joining us on the show. Blue Tiger, you're supposed to be with us on the show. You should have joined us on the show. Anasema I need them t-shirts.
I didn't.
Blue Tiger, you'll actually get one of these very, very soon. Actually, I promise you, you'll actually get one of these and represent wherever you are with one of these very, very soon. But for now, we shall be working on events. Blue Tiger is also very active. For events, Blue Tiger and Akwanga active. Yeah. So we are hoping that he can also join us in terms of music talents and other talents. And even
Yeah.
film. Film is also a talent, making the content and film. Yes. So Blue Tiger, welcome. Very soon you can join us on the live or even on the events. And we hope that we can
Yeah.
be able to just connect people through talents and just see the way forward. So thank you so much, Queen Ella 254 for joining us. Blue Tiger also thank you for being with us. And let us keep
Okay.
this
Thank you.
fire burning. Very soon we shall be doing maybe a show every 1 week or maybe 2 shows a week and just keep the commission going. Maybe an event month. Who knows? Let's
Okay.
see how far we go with this particular one. And thank you so much. Weekendi, unless you do have a closing remark here, Weekendi, Queen Ella, as we wind up. Ungetakia watu
Weekend
unatakia
tujibambe. Tujibambe. Kenya they are fond of kujibamba.
watu wa Kenya ni shughuli na sherehe. But anyhow, thank you so much. Till next time,
Okay.
I want to wish everyone a happy and a productive weekend. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.